Hi, and welcome to Modern Gene Therapy. My name's Janet Edgett. I'm an analyst and psychologist. I practice outside of Philadelphia. And I wanted to talk today about building rapport with your teen clients. When we first learned about therapy, one of the things that we were taught was the importance of good therapeutic alliance, right? And as a part of that, our attention was directed toward, this group of principles that were sort of sacrosanct. We were taught to demonstrate our empathy, our allegiance to confidentiality, unconditional support, and so forth. So our clients could tell we were very compassionate, safe to talk to, and presumably they would then feel good about trying therapy. But I think all we ended up doing was really like chasing our clients. I think it would feel weird. We're taught a lot about empathy, but sometimes when it's expressed too much, too frequently, it's just weird. The kid's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Like, we just met 5 minutes ago, and like coming on like with all this, you know, I just when we come on is like, I'm gonna be so helpful, I can be so helpful, and very empathic, and I really understand, and da, 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 da. It's like just weird for the kids. I'm not arguing against empathy, obviously, but I think there are other elements that need to be in that equation. And for me, with modern teen therapy, they have to do with such things as credibility, respect for the teenager, and an ability to benevolently but unapologetically hold the teenager accountable for his or her choices without there being any directive that they have to do anything different. So that's a different kind of package, and I talk about it in a different video. But today, in terms of the rapport, I just want to say I have a little bit of a different thought about it. Usually, it's thought of as something that's built over time, and that it's the time together that really consolidates the therapeutic relationship. And then we're surprised, let's say, when after weeks of pleasant ish conversation, a kid drops out of therapy. And I think that happens because I don't think there's any traction in pleasant. And I think rapport needs traction to grow, not time. And I think traction comes from engagement and from respect. And that's why for me, like rapport building techniques, and I put that in quotes, don't make sense to me. This is how I understand real rapport between therapist and teenage client. I understand it as having developed after the teenager has decided that there's something of value in having a relationship with the therapist. The value could be anything that matters enough to the teenager that she or he continues engaging. It could be finding the therapist somebody comfortable to talk to, or finding the therapist entertaining, funny, like minded. It doesn't matter. Just something that keeps that kid wanting to stay engaged and relating to the therapist. I think that once teenagers decide that they like what they see, then they start engaging a little bit more intentionally and a little bit more openly. Okay, that's more the rapport that I think about. That's why I consider the idea of rapport leading to engagement as backwards. I think rapport, I think of it as kicking in after there's been a connection. My conception of it also includes resiliency and a durability that's not part of engagement. Engagement is just like an interest, there's traction. Then that traction grows into a relationship, which is more along the lines of rapport. Is it semantics? I don't know, maybe. I just thought it was worth mentioning, maybe worth thinking about. I mean, we throw out these terms, rapport, so easily, but yeah, we've been using them for decades, and I worry they become a little thread worn, or at least we all think we know what we're talking about, but sometimes the phrases come off as, I don't know, hackneyed. And, I just think that sometimes we use these terms in therapy. We use them for decades, rapport, unconditional regard, so forth. And we use them so often that I don't even know if we have the same meaning for what it is. That we never kind of check because we all assume that we all know what we mean by it. And maybe we don't. So I guess it's just my thinking that it's important to kind of re-examine these concepts under a different light, or whatever, even, I don't know, just in a way that we know we're talking about the same thing, or if there are nuances to the meaning of it, we can talk about them. That's all. Okay. Bye for now.